All right, hey, it's been a minute. I have a pretty big book haul to show because that's apparently what I'm doing now. So let's just get started. So, first off, being Ramsey Campbell, The Dark Companion. And the cover's embossed too, which is really cool. The, I love a good embossed cover. Then after that, we have Magic. If it has a knife on the cover or a skeleton, skull, whatever, that's also my kryptonite. So then there is In Darkness Waiting. This cover, man, looks like a painting, like a smudged painting, I guess. Just really, really dope cover. Definitely one of my favorites. And a well known cover, I feel, The Pet. This is a really cool cover too. So I'm gonna try to get it. Sorry if it's dark in here. The light isn't too great. So yeah, The Pet. And one zebra horror. I think I have a few in this haul, but one zebra horror. It's a little beat up, but still, I definitely plan to read this. I've heard the story's pretty bonkers. So yeah, Sandman. After that, here's another one of my favorite covers of the whole haul. As Evil Does. I heard it's like sci-fi, not sci-fi, Irish horror. I don't know where I got sci-fi from, but yeah, As Evil Does. And then I guess the first step back art of the whole haul, Predators. And here's the step back art, looking really nice. Boop. Those eyes match up perfectly, so that's cool. I love me a good step back art. That's probably my favorite step back art I have right now. Then, Twisted. This is probably the most expensive book of the whole haul, but still, it was like $10. Really cool. I'm really glad to have that. And a book I wasn't expecting to own at all, but I just saw it and I was like, why not? Captain Quad. This is a horror book about a man in a wheelchair. So I suspect it's going to be pretty wild. Then after that, we have The Ridge. Like I said, anything with a skeleton on it, I absolutely love. So yeah, The Ridge. Then I have this one already, but it's in way better condition than this. And this is essentially a reader's copy, and it is Obelisk, which also has step back art. This is probably my second most favorite step back art. Just really cool, man. This is definitely a reader's copy for sure. After Obelisk, we have Shatter. And there goes a stack of books. But yeah, Shatter. After that, we have Sandman. Not to be confused with the other Sandman that I showed. Again, if it has like an instrument like this on the cover, or a knife or anything like that, that's my weakness, man. Then a really cool cover. It is The Glory Hand. That was my nickname in high school. Then after that, we have The Switch. Look at that cover. That is so haunting. It reminds me of Us. The cover does. Not really sure why, but it reminds me of Us. And another one that is a paperback from hell, and it is Red Devil. And I just now noticed that's a hammer and sickle right there. So that's cool. I started collecting paperbacks from hell maybe a year or two ago, and since then I just can't not. So I love 80s horror movies, so I was like, why not start collecting books from that era too? But Dark Winds, I've read a few of these, not in this haul, just in general, and I absolutely love just like 80s horror. So But after Dark Winds, we have Blood Music. It's pretty embossed, pretty cool. Pretty nice. So there's that one. And again, like a knife on the cover, I love. So Dear Hannah, the knife going through the letter and the rose on the back, just cool. It's just so cool. I think this is the only book that isn't horror in the whole haul, and it is Doomsday Warrior. It is a zebra cover though, right there, zebra. I love me a good zebra cover. So I've heard this is pretty good, pretty violent too, so that's always a fun read. And another definite paperback from hell, it is Hellfire. A few of these are probably paperbacks from hell, but I read that book and just started collecting. Also, Glowing Eyes get under my skin. I don't know why, but they do. Also, the only point horror book I have in this whole haul, The Christmas Killer. Love me a good point horror book. And you can tell it's point horror usually by this, the blood splatter on the spine, or every so often it'll say point somewhere across the top in the US. After that, we have a sequel to a book I don't have, but I really want, and it is Shock Rock 2. It's like short stories, I think, that has to deal with just rock and roll and splatterpunk, I think might be the best way to describe it. So there's that. Then after that, we have another Stepback art, which is Lost. So that's cool. And then the Stepback schwa. It looks very 90s. I'm just gonna, hello, very 90s. So yeah, I kind of can't wait to dig into that either. And then we have the Deathstone, which also has Stepback art. Really cool on that one. Deathstone, and then either the sequel or the book that came before it, I don't know which because I haven't looked at the publication date, but the Bloodstone. And this is also the Stepback art. I love a good Stepback art. And up here it says printed in Canada, because most of these came from Canada. Actually, all of them came from Canada. They were shipped from Canada, so that's fun. Then we have St. Peter's Wolf, another zebra horror. I think I might have one more. I could be wrong. But again, I love me a good zebra horror book. Then I don't know if this is horror or not, but it seems like a fun read. Kind of beat up, but Amok. Just look at that cover with a sword, I think. A sword or baseball bat. But yeah, that looks really cool. And then another pretty cool cover. It is Ghost. There's the back. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And you can never go wrong with a Ruby Jean Jensen cover or book, really. And it is Halls of Illusions. I'm going to try to get this. But the faces change. There we go. The faces change and it's holographic, so it's kind of hard for the camera to pick up. But yeah, Halls of Illusions. Again, pretty beat up, but I'm going to read it anyways. And after that, we have Judgment Day. Not to be confused with Terminator. But yeah, Judgment Day. I really like a child possession story, so yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have The Evil One. This reminds me of the Jeepers Creepers poster. So yeah, The Evil One. But yeah, that's my book haul, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have so many more books. This was just the one I got recently, so yeah, if you like it, if you want to see more, let me know. Until then, I have reading to do.